Hi, this is Janice from Space to Relax, and the video you're about to watch is a replay of a live class I taught on Zoom. These classes are free of charge for everyone to join, so please invite your family and friends. They're suitable for beginners and those of you with more Qigong experience. If you're watching this video on YouTube, then please don't forget to hit the red subscribe button so that you don't miss any future videos from me. I hope you enjoy the class. Hi everyone, and you're very welcome to the class today. Now, the focus of today's class is going to be all about using Qigong to create more stability in both your stance and your joints in order to then create more mobility and improve your balance. So the whole theme of today's class is stabilise to mobilise. And that's very important, not only in Qigong exercises, but in many areas of your life as you just go about your day-to-day business. So if you can be really stable in whichever position you start Qigong exercises from, then you're more likely to get even more out of them in terms of creating the ideal conditions for smooth flow of Qi. But also with any kind of exercise, if you stabilize the joint or you stabilize yourself and your body position first, then you're less likely to get injured as you practice. And also you'll see as we go through the course of today's lesson that you'll feel much more balanced as you perform these exercises. So by the end of today's class, you will have a few ideas of how you can stabilize either your body position or specific joints in the body, and then from there move on to perform any other Qigong exercises that you'd like to. So this is really important, and as with all Qigong, we do this by using movement, but also with the mind and the breath. So the three elements, movement, mind and breath, are really important. So just to begin with, start with your feet shoulder width distance apart. And you want to look down at your feet and make sure that the feet are pointing straight ahead. There's a little bend in your knees, so the knees are not locked out. And your tailbone is tucked under very slightly, so just tucking the pelvis forwards so that the back feels a little bit more flat. You feel an opening in the lower spine as you do that. Then just check that the shoulders are nice and relaxed. Tuck the chin back towards the throat, so draw the chin back as though I'm thinking of drawing my chin back towards the wall behind me. And as I do that, I feel a lovely extension of the back of the neck, just to really open up the vertebrae of the neck. And just give your shoulders a little shake out, shaking out the arms, just to get yourself into a nice position. Now close your mouth and bring a smile to the corners of your mouth. And closing the eyes. Breathe in and out through the nose. And as you do this, just begin to draw the breath a little bit further down into the lower abdominal area. So as you breathe in, feel the belly expand as though you're blowing up a balloon, but not just forwards. Feel that expansion sideways and also into the back of the body, into the spine, into the kidney area. So that expansion as you breathe in is three-dimensional. And then as you breathe out, feel the belly shrink. So as though you're deflating a balloon. And just settling into your practice with this gentle breathing exercise. So ideally, you want the breath to be smooth, soft and silent. So there should be no effort involved. It should be nice and easy and relaxed. If you're putting too much effort into it or you find that you're getting a bit dizzy, then you're breathing too deeply. Just bring your breath back to being a little bit more shallow. And then slowly opening the eyes. This exercise I'm going to show you is all about how to stabilize your shoulder joints. But what we're going to do first is we're going to warm them up a little bit. So what I'd like you to do is just as you breathe in, pick your shoulders up towards your ears. And then as you breathe out, roll them forwards and down. So we're looking for a nice circular motion. So now, breathing in, pull the shoulders back, feel broadness in the collarbones, and then up, forwards, breathing out and down. Back, so drawing the shoulder blades together, like there's a valley in between them. Then coming up, forwards and down. One more time, breathing in. And breathing out, really visualizing the inside of the shoulder joint as you do this. Now we're going to change the direction. So now bringing the shoulders up, forwards as you breathe in, and then back and down, really feeling that openness in the chest as you do this. Breathing in, shoulders coming up towards your ears, and breathing out. Shoulder blades pulling back towards each other. And one more time. And maybe close your eyes and visualize the inside of the joint. All the circulation moving freely in the shoulder joints as you do this. Okay. Now, this next little movement to warm up the muscles is actually to stretch and move the trapezius muscle, which is this one that sits at the top here. This is where we collect all of our tension if we're, say, driving or sitting doing work kind of at a laptop or a computer. This is where we hold a lot of our tension. So this is just such a simple, brilliant little move that my yoga teacher actually taught me. So we can do this, so we can turn this into a really nice little Qigong exercise by using the mind and the breath as well. So what I'd like to do is just bring the palms of your hands together in the prayer position. So elbows are out to the side. And then from here, if your shoulders allow it, so obviously you don't go into any pain with this, lift up, keeping the palms together, lift the palms up to about forehead level. And now what I'd like you to do, and just take this nice and slowly, is take a breath in. And then as you breathe out through the nose, just try to draw the elbows in towards each other. And you should feel a lovely stretch in the backs of the shoulders there in the trapezius muscles. Breathe in, elbows come out. Now, if you're not feeling anything, the way to get yourself to feel something is to move your hands a little bit further away from your forehead. And now try and draw the elbows together as you breathe out. Do it nice and slowly. Breathing in, elbows come apart. Breathing out, using the mind and the breath to visualize the whole of the tops of the shoulders relaxing. Breathing in. And you may want to try lifting the arms a little higher. Breathing out and seeing how that affects what you feel in the tops of the shoulders and the upper back area. Breathing in. And one more time. Breathing out. And breathing in. Nice and slowly and mindfully. Now allowing the arms just to drop down by your sides. I'm going to turn sideways on just to show you the next part of stabilizing the shoulder joint. And this part's really important for if you're going to go on and continue with any other Qigong exercises which involve moving the arms out to the side or up into the air. So you want to make sure that your shoulder joints are nice and stable in order to avoid kind of tweaking or pulling any muscles or putting that area under any particular strain. So just turning sideways on, I'll show you. You can stay facing me though. So from here, we're going to bring our arms up to around shoulder level. And the palms are facing each other. So in this way, thumbs up towards the ceiling. And the palms of the hands and the whole of the arms are around shoulder width distance apart. So straight out in front of you like train tracks. So now just making sure you've got that lovely length in the back of the neck and that the tailbone is tucked under. So you're standing up nice and straight. And now, as you're breathing, bring your mind to your shoulder joints. And think now of just extending the arms away from you, out of the joints. And as you do this, you'll feel the shoulder blades in the upper back pulling away from each other. And then draw the shoulders and the arms back towards you, feeling the shoulder blades coming together. So breathe in, breathe out, and extend away, but not allowing the upper body to lean forward. Breathe in, coming back. Really feeling into the shoulder joint. Breathe out, coming forwards. Breathe in, coming back. And now, find the middle position for you. So as you're coming forwards and back, just find somewhere in the center that feels really comfortable. And by now, you will probably be feeling a little bit of achiness in the upper arms and in the shoulder area from holding them in this position. So just for a moment, close your eyes, smile, and breathe in and out. Really feeling into the shoulder area, feeling that stability in the joint. And then allow the arms to relax down. Keep your eyes closed now and observe any sensations that you feel in the shoulders, in the arms, or in the hands. You might feel warmth or tingling. You might feel heaviness or lightness. Just paying attention to how the hands and the arms feel. And any of those sensations are a great sign that you brought more circulation through the shoulder joint into the arms and the hands. So for any of you with any shoulder issues, this is a really great exercise to practice as long as you don't go into any pain, because what it will do is it will allow all the circulation of the qi and the blood going through that shoulder joint to open up and become much more free flowing. And it's only when the circulation is a little bit blocked or stagnated that we feel pain or discomfort. So opening everything up allows for that free movement and hopefully a reduction in any discomfort or pain you might feel. So that's stabilizing the shoulder joints. And from there, you can then go on. And so this is a great little warm up for the shoulder area and for anything you're going to do Qigong wise with your arms. So many of you who've been on my classes before have done an exercise called the circles exercise, where the arms come out and up and around and down. So you want to have nice stable shoulder joints for doing this. There are other exercises in the Space to Relax program, which is my membership program, where we're moving the arms out to the side and we're holding them up and really kind of extending out across the chest. So again, you want lovely stable shoulder joints for this. So you would do this exercise prior to using any other arm movements in Qigong, just to give yourself that little bit more stability. But you could also do that little preparation as an exercise in and of itself, because you saw there, and hopefully you experienced that as you dropped the arms down, that you actually felt something going on in the arms and the hands. So you were encouraging the qi and the blood to flow. So you were getting a great result already. The next exercise I'm going to show you is one which will help to stabilize and get you to be a little bit more grounded before we do anything with the feet. This exercise is really great for anything to do with promoting and helping your balance, and also for you to be feeling much more connected with the ground. So what I'd like you to do, again, is just look down at your feet and check that they're still in the same position as you started. So the feet are parallel, and you want to have a little bend in the knees. And then what I like you to do is just rock backwards and forwards, keeping the feet in contact with the ground the whole time. So not lifting the heels or the toes, but just shifting the weight from the balls of the feet to the heels. Using your abdominal breathing in and out through the nose, drawing your mind down to the soles of the feet. Pay particular attention as you move forwards to the ball of the foot behind the big toe. Often what tends to happen is we allow our feet to go to the outsides, to actually transfer the weight to the outside edges of the feet, not paying enough attention to the inside edges. So by doing this and really focusing on the ball of the foot just behind the big toe, this can really help to strengthen our arches. It's really great for anyone with plantar fasciitis or flat feet, or if you're struggling with any balance, bring the balance back in towards the middle and really just then feel that grounding, feel that connection of the ball of the foot with the earth or the ground beneath you. And then as you rock backwards, think of the very center of the bottom of the heel. And as you go backwards, feel the heel almost driving down into the ground, beyond the surface of the floor, deep down, maybe 6 inches down or a foot down into the ground, really feeling that strong connection with the ground. And if you're doing this now, watching me with your eyes open, try it with your eyes closed and see how that changes your balance. You might find that you have to focus a little bit more on what's going on. But as long as you keep that connection in your mind of the sole of your foot with the ground, then you should be able to keep your balance. Don't go too far forwards or too far back. Just gently maintaining that stability, which is the theme of the exercise. And now just gently opening your eyes. And from here, what I'd like you to do is to bend your knees. So I'll show you from the side how you're going to do this. So when I say bend your knees, I mean bend the knees, but keep the back in this position. So the whole of the upper body stays in this lovely position with the nice kind of flat back, tailbone tucked under, and nice length in the back of the neck. So the knees bend forwards, but you're not bending the body forwards as well. The body stays upright. So it's like as though you're going to kind of sit down on a bar stool. So you're kind of staying upright, sitting down, imagining there's a stool underneath here. Okay, so this is the position, and you should already in this position feel something going on in the thighs, as though you're doing some work with the thighs. And again, now bringing your attention to your feet, to the balls of the feet, especially the ball of the foot just behind the big toe, just to check that your knees and your legs are not falling out. So the legs should be parallel, like train tracks, from the hips all the way down to the knees, down to the feet. And in this position, with the knees bent like this, I'd just like you to pick up one heel. So the ball of the foot stays on the floor, and then drop it down again. And then on the other side. Now at this point, if you feel your balance is not too good, you might want to hold on to a chair. You're keeping the knees bent. So now breathing, using your abdominal breath in and out through the nose, just alternating, nice and slowly. So checking between the movements of the legs that you're nice and stable before you pick up the other leg. Make sure you've got your balance. And now try with your eyes closed. Keeping your mind in the soles of your feet. And one more. Now opening the eyes. And now just bring your arms out in front of you, again at shoulder level. And from here, think of the balls of your feet now. Get nice and stable. Tuck your tailbone under and just draw up in the lower abdomen a little bit, just to give you that lovely stability in the core of your body. And now lift both heels up together, keeping the knees bent, keeping your balance, and smile. And then drop the heels down. Again, checking your balance. Come up. And from here, if you can now, breathe out. Arms come apart. Breathe in. Breathe out. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Keep the tailbone tucked under. That'll give you the balance and the stability. Allow the arms to come back down. And allow the heels to come back down. And then coming back to upright and just shaking out the legs. So hopefully that exercise with the legs there gave you an idea of how important it is to be connected with the ground. So those movements were quite small and seemingly insignificant, but they're actually deceptively quite difficult to do if you're doing them properly, if you're doing them slowly with the mind and with the breath. But the reason that I showed you that is that and the reason that I always talk about the Qigong stance and getting your stance right before you practice any Qigong exercises is that the better the connection you have with the ground, the better your balance, the more stable you are, and then the more mobile you can become from that position of grounding and stability. And it's so, so important. And that's why you see many Qigong practitioners and yoga practitioners as well doing these seemingly kind of impossible moves and really difficult balances, but it's because they're so well grounded and they're so stable. So they've got that foundation in place to begin with. If you're kind of too almost top heavy, if everything's kind of up here and you're not grounded down here, then you're very easily going to topple over and lose your balance. So you need this lovely connection and grounding in order to really get the best out of your Qigong practice. So with this one, again, you can just continue now and do some Qigong exercises which involve anything to do with the legs or the feet or anything at all. Just, I mean, you're standing for most of the time doing Qigong anyway. So if you want to then move on and do any practice from a standing position, you know that if you've done these few little moves first, then you've got this really nice solid foundation to move on and really get the best out of your practice. So I hope you enjoyed the lesson today. It was more of a few tips than a routine as such, but I hope you can see how you can incorporate this into the beginning of a Qigong routine. And it is quite an important concept to grasp and to practice. And so I hope you enjoy practicing it. As always, if you have any questions, then you can email me. My email is janice@spacetorelax.com, or you can join our free Facebook group, which is Space to Relax Free Qigong Group, and post any questions there. And these classes are completely free for everyone, so please invite your family and friends to join. But if you did enjoy them and you would like to donate, I'll put a donation link next to the replay when I send out the replay from this class, or you'll find it in the text if you're watching this as a replay video. And the donations, 50% of them go to the ICU nurses here in our intensive care unit in my local hospital. The other 50% goes towards the upkeep of my website. So I do hope you enjoyed the class today, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. If you enjoyed this Qigong lesson, then there are 4 things you can do right now. The first thing is to head over to my website, which is spacetorelax.com, and there you'll see that you can join up for a free 3-part video series. The second thing you can do is click the link next to this video to sign up for the live Qigong classes, as I teach these once a week. The third thing you can do is go over to Facebook if you're on Facebook and look for Space to Relax free Qigong group. That's my free group where you can post any questions, and please do join the group. And the fourth thing is, if you're watching this video on YouTube, then please hit the red subscribe button so that you don't miss any future videos from me. I really hope you enjoyed this lesson and look forward to seeing you in the next video.